Hello guys, welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about Houseki no Kuni. And I would like to say that Houseki no Kuni is a lot more than a series. And honestly speaking, I think after reading Houseki no Kuni, I feel like I have failed to remember how to write a review. But even so, I wrote a review for the series. I think it is kind of messy still. I don't know if I'll go back to it because Houseki no Kuni is a series that's very hard to wrap my head around, but I still wrote the review for it. So if you want to check out the review, link is in the description. But I want to talk about Houseki no Kuni, not simply as a series, but something more than a series. To me, Houseki no Kuni, I think a lot of people have talked about Houseki no Kuni, how good it is. But I think for me, it's very hard to think of Houseki no Kuni as a manga. To me, Houseki no Kuni is more like a piece of art. It sort of tells a very fancy tale of humanity in a manga form. To me, Houseki no Kuni is more similar to something like Journey to the West more than a traditional manga. Because what it really does is it focuses on a character and the sort of growth that happens throughout the series. And one of the reasons why Houseki no Kuni feels so weird to me is because I feel like I'm missing a lot of information that I kind of know is there, but I cannot make it out into a concrete thought about it. So Houseki no Kuni is heavily based on Buddhism. I'm not very well versed in Buddhism or religion, so I might say some things wrongly, but Houseki no Kuni is really based a lot on Buddhism. And the thing is that because I'm not very well versed in Buddhism and the such, honestly, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I'm missing out from the series. There are a lot of parts and a lot of symbolism that I feel like I just don't fully grasp. And so, until now, I still feel like I don't fully understand the series. I understand, like, the main point of the series, like the main storyline surrounding Force, is relatively okay to understand. It's just a journey of humanity. I think everyone talks about it like that. It makes a lot of sense. But the thing is, like, I like to look at the world as a whole, and the thing is that there are so many parts of the world that I am unable to fully understand because I feel like I'm lacking basic information about certain things. Not about the story, but like in the real world to contextualize the story. And so, Houseki no Kuni is one of the few series that I have finished reading, but I feel like I have not finished reading at the same time. Like, I want to get to reading the series again to fully understand, but I know that even if I read it again, I'm still missing a lot of information that will not allow me to fully understand the story. To me, it's a story that I think you can read over and over again, but the more information you have about Buddhism, the more you'll be able to relate more to the series and like all the small sections of the series that you might not think too much about. Like, I think one of the few parts that I think I don't fully understand very well is things like the fact that I think one of the things that makes me really think this way is that a lot of the characters in the series, to me, it's not characters. To me, I think one of the things that I still am missing, I feel like I personally am missing a lot of information to fully understanding is the reason why the Admiralibis, the Gems, and the Lunarians are the way they are. I feel like there's a specific reason why each of these like groups are made the way they are and have a very important meaning for each of them, because each of them are technically three different parts of humanity: the flesh, the bones, and the soul. I think in religion, in Buddhism, there's also a meaning to it. I'm not exactly sure. I might just be overthinking it like a lot. But to me, like, I think all these character designs of every different character, there feels like there's so much more deeper meaning to it that I'm not getting, that makes me want to like research it more. But also at the same time, I'm far too lazy to do it. But it really is the kind of series that, besides the main story, which is already as amazing enough as it is, I think is a very good way to just like learn a lot. Houseki no Kuni is like, in fictional terms, is like a dragon corpse, you know? Like every single part of the dragon, you know, when you read those like fantasy isekai series, they're like, oh, the dragon, every part of the dragon can be used for some specific thing. Houseki no Kuni feels like that. It feels like every single part of the series, from all the small details to buildings to each characters, it feels like everything has a meaning for some reason. And I might just be overcomplicating it, but the thing is, I don't know it, and it just makes me want to keep trying to figure out more about the series. It feels like a bottomless pit of stuff that I can keep grabbing stuff out of if I felt like it. And to me, that's what makes Houseki no Kuni so amazing. It's because it feels like a series that is so vast that up till now, I still feel like I cannot grasp the entirety of it. There are so many small details littered about everywhere in this series that really, I think one day I'll probably go back to reading it, and I will probably have a completely different idea about why everything is the way it is. And that's what makes Houseki no Kuni so amazing. I feel like it's just a piece of art. No matter how many times you take a look at it, it's not just something that you can see for one time and just be like, okay, I'm entertained, I can stop reading it. It's something that makes me feel like every single time, if I read the series once every single year, I feel like I'll have a different perspective on the same thing every single time, and that says a lot about it. Also, I would like to say that Houseki no Kuni feels like, and this I put in very high regards because, for one, I don't watch anime anymore, but I think Houseki no Kuni would probably be better in anime form. And that's because I feel like the colors in this series will elevate the experience a lot. Because when you read the manga, it's in black and white. You can't blame it for being in black and white, but Houseki no Kuni feels like a series that really loves to play around color. So if you have the chance, watch the anime instead before you read it. You might get spoiled because the anime is like probably super beautiful with all the colors, and you will go back to black and white in the manga. But I don't say this lightly, but straight up, I feel like Houseki no Kuni would probably be better in anime form. And that's how I like to end off this video. So yeah, if you haven't read Houseki no Kuni, you should read it because it's just an amazing series. I think I kind of ruined my immersion in the series because I took a lot of screenshots. And the truth is that I don't think I can do reviews like that. So the next time I'm reading Houseki no Kuni, I'm definitely just going to read it through without taking any breaks, just finish it in one go, and so I kind of like just take in the series again once more. And that's it for this video. I hope you read Houseki no Kuni. It's a really good series, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!